One of the things that amazes me is that there's not an assembly line in these factories. This is a machine that's literally cutting one piece at a time. It's an extremely precise machine. It cuts one piece at a time to make the bangles, so that means it has to cut two pieces for each bangle, and they can only do the pieces for 3 bangles at a time. By the way, the metal in this can only be 2 millimeters thick, no more than that, or the machine doesn't work at all. So if we're ordering hundreds of bangles, this is how each and every one has to be done from beginning to end. And you can see that that is going to take quite a long time. Then each piece has to be taken out of the machine. Now each and every piece has to be cut out by hand with these small wire cutters. They're still attached in little places all the way around. So that's one piece out of 2 pieces of a bangle. Now every piece is put in a sander. So what you're seeing is basically very carefully keeping your fingers away from it. They're smoothing the edges from when it was all cut apart so that it'll be nice and smooth when it's made into the bracelet. So now that the piece has been cut and it's been smoothed and sanded, it's heated. This is the only way to make it able to be bent to the shape of your wrist without actually breaking it or kinking it. And you can see you're just going, wait a minute, this is literally an outdoor barbecue and they're cooking my bracelet. And yes, they are. This is how basically and beautifully things are still done in Italy. So now it's actually dropped into an acid bath. That gets all the oxidation off from the fire that it was just in. It's still pretty warm. That looks kind of warm. I don't think I'd touch that yet. Now it's actually put in water, so now it's completely cleaned off and completely cooled and ready to be worked with. So now the piece actually has to be bent to fit your wrist. The machine that you're looking at right now is an ingenious device that was actually created by his grandfather, Bruno, who started this factory 32 years ago. So it's not something you're going to find everywhere. But what you see is simply by pulling the levers around, every bracelet is curved to be exactly the same. One of the ways that they're able to make bracelets in different sizes is that the space between the 2 sides can be increased or decreased to make the bracelet a small, a medium, or a large. So now it's time to actually put the bracelet together. And you can see that, again, it's very simple tools, which is one of the things I've always admired about the Italians. They have things that are just very, very simple, and they work beautifully. So he puts the bead face down, so the screw is coming up through the hole. Then he's soldering it in place. What amazes me is, again, that all the soldering on these bracelets is done by hand, which is one of the things that this factory is known for. It's a family factory. So then the bracelet is polished. And again, you can see it's done by hand, one at a time, until it's perfect. So right now you're seeing that the logo is actually being engraved on the bracelet. And he's talking about how deep the logo is, depends on how many passes that they use the laser on. Oh, perfetto. And there's the logo on the bracelet, ready to go.